Hey guys, it's Rich here again. What we're going to do now is go through the engine bay. So I'm going to put you on the Romy, and we're going to have a chat about that as well, the pros and cons about doing an engine bay.
Hey guys, we're back again. This time we're talking about how to clean out the engine bay. I know a lot of guys love to get under the hood and clean it out. Now again, this car is I think over 20 years old, or just over. So it's actually not too bad if, as you can see, Rich is going through panning across the engine bay. It's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse because you just, sometimes you may have an oil leak, or you might just go through some really bad roads and stuff, and you just don't know. Other crap gets up into the areas. Now, the most important thing, guys, is to ensure that the car is fuel injected. You don't want to be putting any chemicals or even water in any carbureted engines, okay? Now, if you do get a carbureted type engine, you want to just cover up any areas around the carby, some of the electronics with some towels, and just be careful. So the main areas to focus on when we're going to clean is probably across the top part of the chassis here, down over into the metal wheel arches on both sides, and we can go over the plastics. Some of this stuff up here, what we can do is basically we can spray down our APC. So APC, guys, is what we're going to be using here. You can also use your snow foam and obviously high pressure water, but most effective will be the APC. So we'll do a quick rinse, spray a bit of APC in the bottom part of the area, and show you how it comes out.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just put a little bit of water through. Comes actually. That's not too bad. All right, so we'll put down our APC. These bottles are pretty cool because when you want to lock it, it's very simple. It's off, it's locked. These are chemical resistant nozzles, so they always work. They won't get clogged. All right, so we'll spray down some of the APC down here, up through the plastics. Very safe product. Again, guys, talking about the pH levels. I know I keep saying it, but it's very important to know. Don't hit your head like I did. All right, so we'll just put that amount down. Just go through here. We're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. And then again, we're going to take a thicker bore hair brush, and we're going to agitate the area, and then give it a rinse. Okay. All right, guys. So we're just going to take our bore hair brush, and we're going to just agitate the areas which have got the APC on it. You can be quite aggressive with this, and get in these hard to reach areas that you would normally not really put your wash sponges or clean towels across. Okay, so get up through this top of this the bonnet chassis area, even up through here. Just be careful about some of these sensors and wiring. When we come to the top of the wheel arch. Okay. Let that sit. And as I said, guys, this car for its age, it's actually quite clean. I've seen cars that are only probably 5 years old, and they've got a lot more dirt and a lot more scrubbing that needs to be done. But like I said, just make sure that you know that the car is injected, not carbureted, and then that way you'll be able to make sure you can put your pressure washer down and then have no issues when trying to start it. We'll just get a bit more around there. Come back. So if you need to rinse out your brush, this one seems still pretty clean. You can do so. Just get right up through here. As you can see, up through these rails. They normally get pretty dirty. Some of these rails I've seen get close to being black. But these, as I said, you can actually see that these are quite clean. Just get some of this. You can actually see on this side, if you come around this side, you can see that residue coming off, that scum. You can choose to wear gloves, guys, if you want. So you can see this scum, it just wipes off. You can see it coming off nicely. I'm just gonna give my brush a rinse. All right, and then we'll just go around to the other side without hitting my head this time. All right, and we'll just get that scum off. This APC is working very well. All right. So that's just, again, different cars are gonna have different types of scum on it. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do for this one. Different, as I said, you can do different, different cars are gonna have different scenarios based on how long they've been sitting outside, how often they've actually been cleaned. But for this car, I'm gonna be happy with what this is gonna do. So we're gonna now rinse it off, starting off the front. A bit of discoloration there. Might actually be the paint. But as you can see, if Rich wants, you're just going to go around, pan around the vehicle, you can see most of that scum has come off. If necessary, reapply again, but we're quite happy with how this has come up, especially on that rubber at the back, which had a lot of muck and scum on it. That's come up nice. All right, guys. All right, guys, just wanted to add also that while you're doing the wheels, Bloody Mary can work quite well on the actual, I guess it's pretty much carbon buildup on the exhaust. Again, when you have, the more powerful the cars or the more they, the more you rev them, the more you give it to them, obviously that carbon's gonna build up. Later on, we'll talk about how we can put an actual protection on it, but for now, I'm gonna take my Bloody Mary again, and we're gonna spray it over there quite liberally. And again, we're gonna let it sit, and then we'll use our wheel brush to agitate it and then give it a rinse. So we'll let that sit again for about 5 minutes. Now, as I said before, all of these products are very safe. Even if they did happen to dry a little bit, the water will get them off and there won't be any issues. We've got a list of all the instructions and description for all the products, so if you guys have got any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them, or they'll be documented. Great. Okay, we're back, guys. We've let the Bloody Mary sit for about 6 minutes. I'll just give it a bit of a rinse. Not too much, we want to keep the product on there. And then I'm going to take my wheel brush and I'm just going to agitate it. Going to get around
the insides and the sides. Okay, and then we're going to take the longer wheel brush. We're going to go inside and try and get all of this carbon out. Some of these will require a metal polish depending on how heavily contaminated and when they were last actually cleaned. But hopefully in this case we'll be able to get the majority done. Okay, so that's all brushed down. So we'll give it a rinse. Got rid of some of the carbon. I'll also grab a rag. Let's just have a look. Give it a wipe over. Some of this, as you can see, there's some carbon that's coming out there. And if you just feel around the exhaust, you can actually feel for any of the abrasions that are stuck to it. That's as clean as you're going to get it with non-polishing. And as you can see, it has come up much better than what we started with. But from this, we will then possibly go into metal polishing depending on how far you want to take it. And again, depending if you're an enthusiast, you want to do it for yourself, or it's actually going to be presented to the owner, or it might be going for a show. Obviously in those circumstances, you want to try and polish it up as good as possible. All right.